Okay, guys, we're going to start the meeting. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to your weekly meeting with the June cohort. So happy to be here today. I'm actually very excited to see what you guys came up with. We only have one team that's presenting, and we only have one team out of the whole cohort, basically, that will be presenting today. So you guys can take the floor. Are you there? Who will be presenting, guys?
I was under the impression that YOLO would be presenting, but I'm not sure what's going on.
Okay, it seems she's not in the call yet.
Yeah,
All
she's
right, should
typing something
we?
on WhatsApp.
All right, I'll give you guys one more minute, and then we can start.
Uh, Hello.
Hello, Mr.
Uh,
Ayub. How are
Sorry for
you?
the delay, guys. I was trying to connect my mic and the screen. So Yolo is saying she won't be able to present. So I guess I'll need to take over.
All right, we ready for you then.
Can you please give me a minute? Just getting the link on WhatsApp.
All right.
So let me share my screen. So it was a group of 5 people. Okay.
All right. So it was you, Piwo, Bongani, Yolo, and who was the fifth person?
It was me, Bongani, Yologazi, Pure Bush, and Gladman.
Gladman. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So come to the ticket station. Uh, where's the link? She just sent it right now. We experienced some problems. Okay, here's the link. We experienced some problems.
Just to correct you, that's not the link. It's at the bottom. It's the
Oh, okay.
it was posted
Yologas was
at
deploying it,
10
right?
to. It was posted at 10 to 2. So just check your timestamp.
10 to 2.
Yeah.
Mr. Bongani, this is the one I'm getting. Okay, let me
Yeah, that
take
looks like the
Gladman
right one.
did post this one.
It's not the same one,
Yes.
but
Oh, at the bottom.
I don't have it. Okay,
you
Ayub
were
is
on it.
presenting. This is what I have.
You were on it a second ago. So just scroll one up. Just it's the previous messages. Like
It's
the
above,
last,
yes. It's above,
like
yes.
yeah. If you just scroll a bit up, there, that link that you see.
Wait.
Nope, just that one.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's. I had this link. I did deploy it. Okay. I'll have to stop sharing my screen. Can you please give me a minute?
All right, no problem. Hey, YOLO. YOLO just joined us. Okay, guys, while we wait, I just want to hear from you guys. How was this project? And what difficulties did you guys face throughout the whole project? Let's start with Bongani.
Um, I think the project was fine. One thing that did knock us off our feet was the time frames, getting those confused and all of that. And then, okay, so there's two versions to the difficulties in this one. Relatively, the first half of it, when we still had two teams, obviously having a team that half of the team not responding and not responsive. But then one issue one issue in that first part was getting the authentication to work. So what I used essentially for the authentication was Firebase authentication. And yeah, I just had an issue there with just getting my Firebase and the website to basically communicate. But I eventually got to it and it worked.
Impressive. You guys use Firebase for your authentication. That's amazing.
No, so from it, no. So initially, that was the plan, but then we didn't use Firebase. Okay,
Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Larry, I'll answer in a second why I chose to use Firebase. The second half, when the groups got joined, basically, I had an issue with the search functionality where I'd get the search results on the console, but they wouldn't update on the web page, basically. But then I took a different approach because initially I had used the approach of dynamically changing the result rather than from a button click. So I changed the approach and then just used the button click approach. To answer Mr. Larith on why I used Firebase, I already have experience in using Firebase. So initially that was my thought. I'd seen with Debu's group when they did theirs, they used dummy JSON. I chose not to use dummy JSON specifically because it would render the register screen or the register logic null because you wouldn't be able to actually create a new record within that JSON file or JSON data. So yeah, that's essentially why I used Firebase, purely because I also have
Okay.
experience with Firebase. But yeah.
All right. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Amazing stuff.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Bongani. There. So yeah, I think we're ready, guys. So let me just start by explaining who did what. Yologazi and Pioguche provided the template. So they provided the front end design. Ayub Bedi created the simple login system, which just validates the user and logs in. And I did ask for help from Saj's team to help me with it because I was struggling with it, got it to work. So I didn't use any database. There's no data storage, it's just validation going in. And Mr. Bongani created the search function as he stated. So the search function in the project is created by Bongani, and Mr. Gladman created the checkout.
All right.
So I'll present. Yes. So I'll present the project just now. I'm sharing my screen.
Okay. Yolo, you have your hand up?
Yes, I just want to say I also did the validation for the register page. Yeah, and then I worked on fixing most of the front end pieces to put them all together. So yeah, it was mostly just front end things, and then some of the JavaScript in terms of the events. So yeah, and the dates of stuff. So that was also me.
All right. Awesome. Awesome. Let's see the project, guys.
Can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Okay. I'm sharing. Okay. Okay, so it's okay now.
Yeah, we can see it now.
So, so this is the home
Mr. Ayub,
page.
sorry.
Hello?
Sorry, Mr. Ayub.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but you're using the wrong link. I sent the link in the group for the whole project. Please.
I did test the link. It does work.
No, I mean
I
that one
did
is
test
not
it.
the one. That one is not the one. That is the old one.
Can you post the link? Can you post the
Okay.
link on the description then, Monsieur Loras,
Okay.
so I can
Okay. No
access
problem.
it?
No problem. Let me post the link here.
So the presentation was supposed to be done by you, Monsieur Loras.
Yes, but because of data issues,
Okay.
um,
Could you post the link in the description, in the chat description, so that we don't have any further confusion? But I did test this one; it's working. But I can go with this one as you're looking for that one. So this is the
no,
login page.
this
Have you
is the
posted
one
it?
that yeah. So
This is the one.
yes, please, Pure, help me there. Take the link from the group and put it there if it's not the
Okay.
correct one.
Seems we have a lot of links because everybody
So
was deploying the project.
maybe
Pure,
one person can share their screen while Ayuf is presenting. So Yolo, since you already have the link that you guys have the most updated work on, share your screen and then Ayuf will just present.
it's,
Oh,
I
I
cannot.
already have. Oh, okay.
Can you just check that link, Mr. Ayub? Because
Yeah,
I'm on my side.
yeah, it's working.
Is it working, the link that I just sent right now?
Yes, it is working.
Okay. Okay. Because I cannot share my screen. If I do that, I'll consume all the data that I have.
Okay, no problem. This is the one you just sent right now.
It starts with a landing page and then it goes to the home page after you log in. Okay, that's the issue. Okay, it works on my side. Everything is perfect. Okay, I'm just gonna hotspot myself and just try and.
Okay, let me share my screen because it's opening fine on my side. Let's see.
Let me go to
Okay.
my. Let me just copy and paste the link instead of writing it down. Copy and paste.
Is this the one?
Let me just copy and paste.
Yes.
There we go. There, I copy and pasted it. There we go.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Evo, for sharing the screen. Okay, so we have the home page, which has the login feature. If you could scroll down, Monsieur Loras, Miss Table, and then you have what to be expected, and then at the bottom we have our footer. Yes. So if we go to the login, we'll be able to see the validation. So as stated, it's a simple validation system. The username can be any 5-character word. The email can be any dummy email. It's not sending a verification back to the email. And the password is with the 4-letter password and with a number.
It'll complete.
If you can just put a number, no uppercases, and we are logging in. We should go through. Yeah. So we in the main page of the ticket booking event system, and we have the search functionality at the top, and then we have our events, and you have a bit of a video slider. If you could just scroll down, if you don't mind, Miss Table. Yes, we have our events, our upcoming events, and we label them. We have 7 events, if I remember correctly. And the functionalities of booking the events, we had a standard and a VIP section. So we'll end with that. At the top, if you can just scroll down so you can see all the events. There's 7 events. Okay, there should be 7 events. Okay, if you can scroll down so you can test the search functionality. If you can scroll up, sorry, if you can scroll up, we have the search functionality. So we have unplugged. So we'll just click the search and type unplugged. Should filter it and you get unplugged. If we go down, because of the files, it has more than 1,000 files because of the template. So Netlify is having some bit of a problem with the deployment. Is it filtering, Ms. Debo?
I'm not sure. Unplugged.
It should be filtering because it's working on my end.
Okay, when I scroll down, that's happening.
That's happening. Okay. It's filtering on my end. Maybe I can share the screen because we're nearly at the end of the presentation. We just have to test this, the checkout system, which is Mr. G-Man's part. So if I go down here, events.
Can I help you?
Yes, you can, please.
Please,
Oh,
when you get to the event, just say see more so you can see more events. And then after that, then you can use.
oh yes, yeah. So can you please click on events? Yes, she's right. Thank you, Yalogazide. She's right, Ms. Debo. So that's the home page. So initially we had 4. So you added more pages, Ms. Yalogazide. Thank you for that. So we have the home page, the events page, and the checkout page. So if I can just show you that. Share, it's coming up in a second. Yes. So you have okay, so this is only visible when you hover through it. So it's the home, the landing page. Okay, log in. Home, about, and events. So this is the search functionality. Just want to test it. So, and unplugged. Okay. It gave us a bit of a problem, but last time I checked it before coming to the presentation, it did work. Yes, here it is. So for it to work, I have to click on the search. So same with because it's encapsulated in a form. So if I just refresh, because we didn't store it in the local storage, if I just come back again, unplugged, and then click, it should be appearing. Bridgerton. yeah, it works to the best of my understanding, I think. And then after that, in refresh, and we book out. So this is the standard VIP 2 parts we have. So it adds to the cart. Let me just book these 2, and then go up. This is the part Mr. G-Man developed. Okay. It's proving to giving us a difficulty. So I think this is it, Mr. But we should be checking out here. We used a pay fast Stripe payment method. We connected it to the card. So I do not know why it's not checking out.
Okay. All right. And then can you also share the code with us just to explain how everything works?
Okay, I'll share the code in just a second. Yes, I think last time I checked, Mr. Larrett, we used the PayFast checkout payment system. I'll try to share with you how it works. So, okay, I can share the code. Go back to the meeting. Present. Share. Is the code visible?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so this is our template. It has the CSS folder. So as stated, we did use, it has the image storage. It has more than 1,000 files. So we had a problem deploying it to GitHub, but Mr. Bongani helped us by compressing the files. So we're able to put it. So this is the index page, which hosts everything. And as you can see, Bootstrap is majorly employed in our project. It has the categories, the divs, the links, the home page, and this is the login HTML, the login page, uh, directly connecting to the login JS after you leave the home page. And if we look at the login JS, it's just a simple validation system as we stated before. It grabs the HTML and it validates the form. So you have 2 functions here. You have 3 functions when you're validating. So these characters, the email, this part of the function validates. So I'll explain this part. As you can see, the password is 4 characters, and if I change this, you get an and you have to insert a, a capital letter for the first letter. So this part of the code explains the parameters that are needed so as to go through for the password. So as this for the email, it just validates that it has an @ symbol. It doesn't really check whether the email is an existing valid email, and it stores that in a Bayesian storage. So it's not storing it in a database where you can then use those events to log in to validate. It's just checking if these parameters are met using JavaScript. And we have the cart. The cart is in the
Oh,
event.
sorry. Before you go on, I just wanted to ask who did the validation with the regular expressions.
It's me.
So you understand regular expressions basically.
Not completely. That's why I asked Sarge's team to help me with it. Not completely. I haven't completely mastered them. I won't say I have completely mastered them. So it's a no.
Okay, so just be careful. I just want to give everyone a heads up who's on the call. So, in let's say you're on a technical assessment, and then they ask you to explain your project like this, you have to be able to account for every single line that you wrote. If they ask you, how does this line work? Why did you write it like this? You must be able to answer, because the last thing that they'll want is to be to know that you just copied the code from someone else or someone else wrote it for you.
Mm.
So just a little heads up for the future.
Okay. Yes, definitely. I didn't write the events JS. Bongani and Gladman wrote the events JS. So maybe I saw Mr. Bongani is on the call. Maybe he can explain because this is his code, and you have Gman's code. So it's the card code and the search function. So maybe Bongani can come in and explain the code if he doesn't mind.
Yeah, sure, I don't mind.
Okay, sure.
You meant now, so you're done with your part, essentially.
Yes, yes. So you'll need me to scroll up or down.
Okay, sure. I was gonna share my screen, but okay, that's fine.
Okay, okay. No, I can give you the. Let me just cancel the. Stop sharing. Okay, sure.
Okay, I'll just share my entire screen. We can all see what's going on, right? Can we see the screen? Can we see the screen, guys?
We can see your screen, Bongani.
Okay. Okay, so for this initial part where the object is created, this is created by YOLO, but essentially she created an object called events that has properties. You've got your event name, host name, your date, time, right, day, venue, the image, standard ticket, VIP ticket. So that's essentially all the events as it stands right now. That's 6 events, or is it 7? Why is the ID 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's 7 events. And then this function basically renders those events. So it basically looks through. There's a let me just find it. On the index.html, you'll notice that there is a placeholder where the events should be rendered in. No, it's actually, yeah, it should be both on the index and the events screen. Yeah, so no, this is the store events display. So you can see that there's an events grid div created where the events will display. You then have, okay, so yeah, you then have your display, then the search, which is what I did. So basically the search in itself is a function. I collect So why I use two lowercase is so that if you type an input that has a capital, it will try to match that capital. So it's case sensitive. So it's easier to just convert everything into lowercase and then search from that lowercase element. You then search through the event name and the event card as a whole. So here, then what you do, then you loop through all the events, right? So after you inputted your search input, you then loop through the events, and if the element, right, element being the event name in inner is converted to lowercase, includes the search input that you've typed in, which is already converted into lowercase. So you at least have that consistency there. It'll then add or remove depending on the condition. So it'll remove the hide class name from the class list, and that hide in the CSS is a display none. So if a hide is present in the class list name, it'll not display, and if it is, then it'll display. Yeah. Okay, Gman won't be able to continue, so I'll maybe just continue on this part. I'll try to explain it as best as I can. So the cart, basically, you create your empty array, and it created a function that will then store the event items into that array. He then initializes that array, basically, and specifies that the stored items should then be stored within that local storage. This then is the cart button that you see on the top right, which has a counter in itself where it increments based off of the amount of items in it. Okay, this handles the open and the close of the cart, which then displays the events. Yeah, okay. Okay, then you have your ticket drop down, which then selects the ticket based off of whether it's VIP or standard. And then it updates the local storage based off of whether it is a VIP or a standard, so the price difference there. You have your function that adds these items into the cart. It updates that local storage, it renders the cart items, and it renders the subtotal, basically, of the cart. You then, okay, that's the render subtotal function. So yeah, basically it goes through the cart for each cart item. It'll take the price multiplied by the number of units. Okay, then it logs it, then displays the total price fixed to two decimal places. Okay, then he has the remove item from cart function, where if you click on, I'm assuming there's an X button next to the item. So if you click on the X button, it'll then remove the items completely. It'll update the cart, it'll update the cart items, it'll update the subtotal, and it'll update the storage. Change number of units, that updates the counter. So the amount of items in that cart at that particular time, and it updates all those items again, the local storage, cart items, and the subtotal. And this is the function that renders the items in the cart. So when you open the cart, the items that you see there, this function renders those items. And okay, yeah, I'm assuming now this is the checkout. So you have, okay, so I'm not familiar with Payfast and how to implement on Payfast, but seems like he's created his variables. has a checkout button listener, event listener, which then takes in the subtotal and the payment model. The pay button then has the total price and the total items, and will give you a payment status based off of those items. Okay, yeah, I think that's it for me.
All right. Good work, guys. You guys tried. You guys did the best that you could, and I am still proud of you for the work that you guys produced. The first thing I would say, your sign up and your login page works, which is good. I just checked on my side if it's responsive, and it is. Great job on that. Um, I'm yet to see the pay fast checkout. I'm yet to
Oh,
still test that and
oh,
see if it works.
okay. Can I? Yeah, it does work. I don't know what happened with the change in code. Can I just do justice on Gman's because it did some great work there on Gman's code, Miss Devo, if you don't mind.
All right.
Yeah, I'll just share the screen now. Yes. So if we refresh, okay, it's stored. So I've selected all the tickets. Oh, I didn't select this one. Should go to 7. Yes. So I've selected all the tickets in 2 options, standard and VIP. So when you come to the card here, it should appear this side. Yeah, it's just worked a second ago. Yes, here it is. Don't know what's happening with the event listener there. So yeah, you have 7 tickets, and then you go to the checkout, and then you go to submit, and then you have the pay fast checkout system. You have your funds in the account, and you have the balance of the selected items, complete payment. Yes, and yeah.
Nice. Okay. Well done, guys. Well done. This is amazing. You guys should be proud of yourself, especially for that future of PayFast. That's really impressive. I also like that you guys added comments in your code. For instance, Bongani had to read the code that Gmin had written, and I think it was well commented because he could understand it, which is really, really good. And then you guys also deployed your project, which I commend you on that. A few pointers I would give you guys is when you collaborate on a project with people, try to be on one page. So before, I know that Yolokazi had issues with her internet and data. So just make sure you guys know who's presenting your work or who's gonna demo your work before hold, and try to have one person presenting the project, and yeah, just to avoid confusion because a lot was going on. Then lastly, fix the button alignment. I saw one of the buttons on the tickets when you buy it, it wasn't rendering completely in the card. It was, yeah, so just try to fix that before sharing this with recruiters or something. Just make sure that's okay. And then also fix the bugs that you had with the search button, I think. Yeah, I think it was the search button. And then I also saw that you guys used CSS, inline CSS. So try to just separate your CSS into an external file like we've taught you guys. That would be great because this was a big project and using CSS inside was not really a good practice. Then one last question I have is where did you guys use OOP? Because this whole project was based on object-oriented programming. And as I was looking at the code, I don't think I saw any inheritance or classes Or can you just verify to me where you guys specifically use OOP for this project? Are you?
One instance of where OOP was used was by Yologazi when she created objects for the events, so that it makes it easier to render those events on the display of the front end. That would be my take on where OOP was used. But I'd say maybe that's probably the only part.
Okay, and did you guys use any inheritance maybe or classes or polymorphisms?
Nope, not to my knowledge.
All right. Okay, guys. So the whole point of this level was basically to see how you guys incorporate OOP into the project as well, which was a very major factor, I would say. But well done. You guys did do a great job. You did justice to it. Mr. Larry, you have your hand up.
Yeah, so I just want to add on to what Tebo was saying and to everything, just to give a feedback. So you did well, but obviously I do expect a lot, especially from this cohort, right? And the people that were on this group, all five of you, I expect a lot from you. In as much as you did well, your product is very buggy, because I went onto the link and I tried to use the link that you shared, but it is so many bugs and it's also quite slow. So I really need you guys to fix this. Make fix all the bugs and then delete the things that are not necessary, the code that's making the site bloat. And then also, I felt like you guys could have done better in terms of teamwork because we spent about 10 minutes just trying to figure out which link is the correct one and who's going to present and things like that. I feel like you should have done a much better job in working as a team, right? You did extremely well in integrating PayFast. That is an industry standard feature that you implemented. That it's so impressive, right? Well done. Congratulations on that. Um, yeah, but I still think that you guys can do better. And also the fact that you didn't use any object-oriented programming actually means that it's a fail because it was like the key concept that you were being judged on was OOP and you didn't use it as much, which means it's a fail. So yeah, I guess the next section is the GitHub section, right? Which is like a bonus section where you still have a similar capstone project to this one. We will give you an extension to fix this one, as well as to work on the next level in your same teams. But you guys, I expect so much from you, especially the group members on this group, that you can't fail again. You can't not write OOP code when that's what you're being assessed on, basically. So yeah.
All right. So, Mr. Larry, are we giving them an extra week to complete this project again?
Yeah, because you can't present this. It has too many bugs. It'll look like you are not good developers. Whereas I know that you guys are good enough. You're capable.
Yeah, I also agree, guys. I also agree with Larry. This was a good project, but you guys had to collaborate more and also remember the requirements of the project, which is so if a client comes to you and they give you specs on this is what I'm looking for and this is what I want, always have in mind at the back of your mind, okay, this is the whole point of the project. So I think you guys kind of missed that a bit, and it's okay. It's okay. We're giving you guys another chance to prove yourselves because we do believe in you guys a lot. I have so many hands. Ayuf?
Yes, I do not want to skip this point. Thank you very much, Mr. Larrett and Mr. Evo. Our group had major communication issues. We had major communication issues. We thought we would resolve them. The reason our project was up to the standard was major communication issues because uh, I did suggest that let's write the entire HTML and CSS structure, but the group members insisted on using Bootstrap, which is another reason which why the code has a lot of bugs. But if we reduced it to HTML and CSS, it was going to reduce the bugs. So our group Mistable has major communication problems. I don't know if I can I have to add you into the ticket station. Is that's going to make it a bit better, but communication, if I rank our communication rate, it's 1%.
Who was the leader?
The group leaders were me and Mr. Bongani.
So you guys are responsible then, because you are the leaders. If you're a leader in a team, the blame is on you. People look at you as the leader and to say, why was the communication bad? What could you have done as the leader to make the communication better?
I did try because we also have a respect issue. It seems like we're not respecting each other. Individuals talk however they want. I did state that, and I did state if that happens again, I'll have to take it to higher management. But it seems as if it's not resolved. So as I'm suggesting, Mr. Larrett, I don't know if we have to work on the June cohort group or I have to add you, but our communication is definitely a fail, which led to our projects being of a not good standard. We can't communicate effectively. This one says that, this one talks however they like. It's a disaster.
Wow. Okay. I didn't expect that. So should we do a community? Should you do a teamwork one-on-one webinar? Teamwork and communication. Do you need that? Do we need that? Because I thought that is a soft skill that you guys must have because you're all devs.
Our communication is definitely a fail. We can't even talk effectively to each other, like passing a simple communication to another person. There's a lot of disrespect, a lot of things incorporated in just passing a communication, and it makes this a disintegrated output. That's why this one came with that and did that. The links were changed last minute. I had the other link, so the communication is definitely, and respect is the basis. There's no respect amongst the members of the group.
Okay. All right. So I hope everyone is on the call because guys, come on, guys. We don't have time. As devs, we are all under so much pressure, right? We don't have time for drama. Like drama is the last thing that you want inside a software engineering environment because it's flipping difficult, right? We have to treat each other with respect. We have to treat each other as if the person who's sitting next to you is your boss, whether you're the leader or you're one of the team members. We have to treat each other like the next person is the boss. Guys, these are the basics. These are the basics. You will not make it as a developer if no one wants to work with you. You will not make it. And I don't want us to start saying who's doing this, who's doing that. You have to fix it. In the next project, you have to do it again in the same group. The group leaders, you guys must establish rules. If you have to say, these are the rules, this is how we communicate. As the group leader, we'll set the agenda for the meeting, and then we will decide how things will be done. We will assign tasks, And if someone wants to speak, they need to raise their hand so that they can speak and we can move forward. The group leaders, you need to take responsibility and authority, and the team members must just respect that, because one day, even though you're not a leader today, tomorrow you're going to be the leader, and you won't like it if you have team members that are disrespectful or just chatting whatever they want. You can't do that. It's unacceptable. It's actually so unacceptable that we don't even mention it, because these are the basics. Come on, guys. I expect a lot more from you, from this group, these five. So please redo it, fix the bugs, and also work again in the same group in the next project. You have to do better.
Thank you, Mr. Larrett. Yes, it was my fault. I gave the team members too much leeway. What I will do, I'll delete the ticket group. We're going to work on the June cohort group where we have the mentors, so that even the mentors will have evidence of what is happening. I gave them
No,
too much leeway.
you can't do that, because that firstly, it'll be noise for everyone else on the call, and then also it'll just, guys, at this stage we don't want to be babysitting you and getting involved. You just all have to be professionals. You just all have to be You just have to do it. We'll introduce peer-to-peer review, which is a feature that we've been working on now. So we're just gonna do peer-to-peer review. If you work in a group of five, each person on the group will review everyone, and then we'll be able to tell who the people that are causing problems are. But guys, come on, guys. You guys have so much talent and capability. You need to just put your heads together and work as a team, because this thing is so difficult for everyone.
It really is. I also expected so much from this team. I'm not gonna lie. I'm quite surprised with what's happening because I've seen your other projects and I've also witnessed how you guys work together in the previous projects. I guess this was a one of those stressful projects that really needed you to be there and to work together. Like Larry said, guys, we can't tolerate this anymore. We need you guys to be able to work together. We really need that. It's such an important skill. We can't teach it to you. We can't. You have to have the mindset that this is what I'm going to do and this is the person I want to be in a working environment, and put aside all your differences. That's what we need. I saw Bongani, you had your hand up.
Yes, I wanted to give a suggestion on the whole group dynamics and who's disrespecting who and who's disrespecting who and what. And I don't know, you mentors, you'd maybe give more clarity on this. I want to suggest a one-on-one, maybe even after like group work, where it's like anonymous kind of setting. Well, obviously you'll know as the mentor because you're speaking to the person, but like it's anonymous. The members are able to speak their mind freely and basically share how working in that particular group is and so on and so forth. I think maybe that may be something to think about.
Right. And I
Yeah.
think that's what Larry just said about the peer-to-peer review. So we will be
Uh,
incorporating that.
yeah, well,
Sorry.
with the peer-to-peer, to me, I don't know if maybe I understood it wrong, but it's more so like me and Yolo reviewing each other. What I mean is a mentor. So either Lareth, Debu, or Loris are the ones who are actually discussing or having that conversation with that student or one student.
Regarding the part, okay, I'm not understanding honestly.
So what I'm saying is having one-on-ones with a mentor about how the group work was. So me having a one-on-one with Lareth, for example, and not as a peer-to-peer where it's me and YOLO guys. That's what I mean.
Okay. Guys, Larif is very busy. That's
Yeah,
number
no,
one.
it's not necessarily Lareth, but like that's
Oh, okay. I don't know, but how is that gonna sort out or solve the issue at hand, which is you guys learning to work together? So if you are coming to me and telling me about YOLO, how is it solving the issue? That's my question.
well. To be fair, I don't know because I feel like it might also create more of a I won't say anything, even though I may feel touched if I speak to YOLO. And maybe I may be comfortable or more comfortable in saying something to you, for example. And then I don't know what other powers exist in terms of like, would you then go and talk to whoever is the problem or is supposedly the problem? Like, yeah, I don't know.
Okay, okay, I get you now. So basically, what I would advise you guys is that if you have an issue with a certain team member, for example, while you are busy with the project, then you report it to me. And this is what I've always said to you guys. If you're having problems, please report to me and tell me what the issue is, and we try to fix it. Right? And then if it reaches to a point where you guys can't even work together, because what I realized about most teams is you guys only complain at the end of the project on the day of presentation. And how do I help you then? You know? But if you had told me this issue maybe a weekend, because you guys had a week, and then I came up and I said, okay, I made a mistake. You guys are supposed to present in 2 weeks. But no one raised this issue then. YOLO, you have your hand up.
Sometimes I think it's a matter of trying to solve the issue ourselves. And then after that, you realize that, okay, you give it some time. And unfortunately, even after you give it some time, that issue is still not resolved. And we don't really have much time. So if we try to sort out an issue, we set up a meeting to sort an issue out. We set up a meeting for tomorrow. Today we are working. Then we have a meeting, we talk. Then we're gonna see things through. Maybe in the next 2 3 days, the week is already finished. We have the presentation. So sometimes it's not really a matter of it's like you think, okay, no, it's not that big of a deal, I can still work around it. Then you realize, no, this is actually a serious issue. So I think, in that being said, I know that there are those sheets that they would make where you would like there would be a name for each and every group member. Then there would be a rating of different qualities in terms of the what is expected of each team member. Then you'd rate each team member. That's what we would do at varsity. You'd rate each team member based on those qualities. Then it would be like, okay, that would be the report. Then in that sense, then they would rather give them less marks to the one who received the lowest marks. That's how it would work in varsity. And it was more like an honest way for people to feel free and say what exactly happened instead of um beating around the bush about things. So yeah.
All right. All right. We will take that into consideration. Thank you for sharing that. I don't know if Mr. Larif has anything to say to you guys.
No, nothing that I haven't said. You guys are all adults and you're all very talented and you all have the same goal. You have the common goal, which is to be successful software engineers or founders of startups or whatever that you guys have. Your goals are all the same. You have to learn to work together. You have to respect each other. Please, guys. These are the things that we don't mention because they are we assume that you learned them at preschool and primary school and then high school, right? Let's just treat each other well. The team leaders are the team leaders. If they decide to do something, then it should be done in that way. And in the same vein, the team leaders can't just come in and dictate, right? They still have to consult the rest of the team members, but ultimately they have the final decision. There's no I'm gonna go do my own landing page. I'm gonna go do my own whatever. If you wanna do your own whatever, then exercise, do it on your own. Just do the whole project on your own. It's still good. But you don't wanna be a junior dev and then have great talent. You're really good, you know how to code, you know how to solve problems, but no one wants to work with you. Or your superiors think that you're disrespectful or rude. No one's going you will suffer. So come on guys, I believe in you. Fix the problems, the bugs and everything, and then work together again on the second one. You guys can do it. You can do it. Okay, that's all. Bye.
Agreed. Thank you so much, Larif. Guys, I have nothing to add. I feel like Larif has said it all. Please complete this project and work together, guys. I know you can do it because I've seen and I've witnessed you guys doing it before. Bongani?
Yeah, I just wanted to confirm. You had mentioned earlier that the next one is, or the next section is, GitHub. Am I correct in saying that?
Yes.
Okay, so GitHub is the next section.
Yeah, but you guys first have to finish
Have
this
to
one.
finish
So
this,
you
yeah.
have an extra week to work on this one. Then we will start with GitHub and Git.
All right, perfect.
And wait, how many groups do we have?
Initially, we had 2, but now
Mhm.
there were members who weren't active or participating, so it then got scaled down to 1 group of 5 members.
Yeah. Most of them, Larry, are part timers and people who are not active. So they have joined the part time group and are currently working together. People like Mpumi, Nosi,
How's
and
Nosi on part-time? Trying to understand.
I don't know because she said that she's currently working. So she can't
Oh,
keep up with the pace. Yes. So the only option for her was to be part time.
and what about Kanye?
Kanye said that she is confused because she was supposed to be in the May cohort and not this cohort.
And Sizwe?
Sizwe has been quiet. I tried calling him, but he has not responded to me. He is part of this group as well, I think. Yeah. And he also hasn't been active at all.
And then Palesa, that's the last one.
Balesa.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about Balesa.
Okay, because if there's 5 people, we could have split to say 3 and 2, and then you do it as in 3 and 2, but 3-3 would have been ideal, or 4-4.
Yeah, hence we had to split it down to these 5 because they were the only active people. And when we added the other people, they were not active. So I had to put them together because these were only most active people who are fast paced. The others just were not keeping up.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys. I don't know if you guys have any further questions for me. YOLO? You're on mute, YOLO.
Oh, there's Tsecho as well.
Tejo joined the July cohort due to some family issues.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Bongani?
Ayub says his mic is dead, but he's asking if is it possible to actually have the 3-2
3-2 meaning?
groups, as in like split the group from 5 to 3-2.
Yes, please.
But you guys still have to work on this one together. No
Yes.
exception for that.
Okay, so for this one it'll be the 5 members, and then for the next one 3-2.
We will see.
Okay.
You guys. Wow.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Okay, we can end the meeting here, guys. So please remember next week we expect another presentation where you guys have collaborated together.
Yes.
All right.
Cool.
Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you.
Goodbye.